Okay, I think this is one of the final part 2s I didn't make on this channel, and I sincerely apologize for forgetting this one, but you guys wanted the next episode of 2 Girls in One Night, and I'm here to give it to you guys. So let's just get straight into it. But before I usually do, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And on top of that, make sure you guys do follow me on Instagram. Seriously, like, I'm the hottest guy alive, and you guys don't follow me on Instagram, then you guys must be like small peepee. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyways, let's just get straight into it. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. Well, it's not actually another crazy story. Technically, this is the next part of the episode. If you guys haven't seen the first part of me taking out 2 girls in one night, I highly advise you guys going to watch that first before you come on to this one. But if you guys did see it and you guys are ready for the next one, well, here it is. I'm here to give it right to you guys. So basically, last where we left off was basically we were at the restaurant and I had 2 girls on 2 different tables, and basically the waitress found out that I had 2 girls in 2 different tables and basically wanted me to tip her big, and I told her I would, of course. And on top of that, I ordered water on both tables, and basically it was really awkward. Anyways, we're gonna make this really easy for you guys, and basically when I say table 1, that's one chick. When I say table 2, that's another chick, so it just makes more sense. Anyways, at this moment, I remember I was at table 2 and I was just sitting there basically ordering water the same way I ordered table 1 water as well. I told the girl on table 1 that I went to go quickly to go to the bathroom. In reality, I just went to go sit with table 2, and basically as I was sitting with table 2, she was just basically telling me about like some like sad, depressing stuff that was happening in her life. I don't know why girls love to talk about themselves, so really I really didn't have to do much other than just sit there and listen. But then I remember out of nowhere, I got a text from table 1 girl basically telling me, hey, like, are you like gonna come back? Like, are you okay in the bathroom? And basically I got up and I basically ran over to the other table, and I did tell her where I was going, of course, to table 2. I basically told them, oh, like, my stomach's been acting up a lot recently, like I also like really gotta go to the bathroom here. She said, oh, okay, like no problem, like I understand, and basically went back to table 1. So that was the first time I ever jumped in between. I used the bathroom excuse and it worked out. Then I remember basically I was sitting with table 1 and basically our appetizers came. We were eating appetizers in table 1, and to be honest, I wasn't eating much because like I said in the last episode, I ate a lot of food already. And this girl the entire time was literally talking about how she like loves her dog. Like, I think this girl was more obsessed with her dog than anyone else, because like, no joke, I wouldn't be surprised if she did the devil's tango with her own dog. Sorry, that's weird to say, but going on with the story, she was basically talking about her dog, and out of nowhere I needed an excuse to leave, but I didn't want to use the bathroom excuse again because obviously that would give me a dead giveaway. So I remember I ended up just getting up saying, oh, like, I'm getting a phone call, like I gotta answer this, it's my mom, she's right now at the doctor's, like she's gonna be updating me throughout the night. I'm sorry. She looks at me, she's like, oh, like it's fine, you can answer it here. Oh no, like this is private, like she's having a surgery on like a specific part. As I point down to my eggplant, oh yeah, no, it's fine, go for it. And basically I ended up leaving to that table to another table. I went back to table 2 and I basically started talking to her again, and basically she was like, hey, like if you're not feeling good, like, and your stomach's acting up, we can just like go back to my place. Then I look at her, I smile, like, oh, like we can do it later, don't worry, cutie. And basically like, you know, started to talk her up. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was stressing out. I didn't know how to time this properly. I didn't know what to do, so I really needed help. I remember when the chick from table 2 was almost done her water, I literally stood up and said, oh, like, you know what, like let me get you some water, you know, I'm gonna go get the waitress real quick. Then she said, oh, like don't worry about it, like literally, like don't even stress out, like she'll literally come herself, like that's what waitresses do. Oh no, like don't worry about it, I know the restaurant industry, I'm just gonna go get her, was what I told her, when in reality I really don't. And basically I remember I ran up to the waitress and told her this, hey, listen, I really need your help, I'll literally pay you $100 if you can just help me organize between the 2 chicks and basically help me get from one table to another. She looks at me and kind of smiles and she's like, okay, so $100. Yep, literally $100. Okay, like you're down, like I'm in. Okay, let's do this. And basically from there, it was actually pretty much smooth sailing. She would basically always help me go from one table to the other, either it's for like, you know, something happening to my car, to making the best excuses for me to leave the table. I don't remember all of them because this was so long ago, but it was actually really smart. And obviously 100% I did give her the $100, by the way. I did not scam her. And also I tipped her as well, so she made like almost like $140 that day just from my table, or tables. Anyways, going on with the story, after like I want to say like dinner was almost over, out of nowhere I get a text on my phone saying, hey Bubba, like I don't know why it's taking you so long, and you basically left the table the entire night. I feel like this restaurant's crazy with that, especially that dumb waitress. Do you want to just like come over to my house and just end the night there? And basically when I saw that, I'm like, okay, sweet, I got it in for one girl, so you know, it's not a total fail for tonight, because knowing I was probably gonna go to her house and do the devil's tango, like might as well. But then right as I read that text message, in my head I literally look at the girl that's in front of me on table 1, and she's like, oh, like, hey, so I was thinking like I kind of wanted to blow this restaurant, like this restaurant's kind of like butt because like the waitress is so weird, always trying to pull you away. And I think she's like jealous or something. So like, do you want to just like leave and just go back to my place? Shoot. Both nights were ending at the same time and both these girls wanted to leave the restaurant at the exact same time. I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. So I remember I ended up kind of standing up and basically saying, oh yeah, like I'll meet you outside. I ended up straight up running outside, and I did pay for the meals at the front and then basically going outside. And when I went out there, I basically sat in my car and tried to think of what the heck to do. I sat in my car and I basically waited and thought through, and I kept getting messages from these two girls because I need to make sure that they were going home with me or they were taking me home. So at this point, I didn't know what to do. But I remember as I was looking inside the restaurant, like front doors, I saw both of them run into each other, and they both knew each other for some reason. And both these girls were like, oh my goodness, like, hey, it's been so long. Oh my goodness, yeah, what you been up to? And at this point, I knew I was doomed. I was literally doomed. Knowing these two girls knew each other, I was busted, especially since I met them both through a dating app. Like, what? So I remember I saw them both and I basically started walking in, and when I walked in, they both saw me and like, oh, like that's my date at the same time. At this point, they both looked at each other. They both looked at me and said, were you seriously out with both of us at the same time? They were both pissed off. They were both really pissed off to the point where one of them got the nearest water cup and splashed water in my face, and the other one ended up kicking me in the eggplant. Yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. So they ended up both blowing me off and basically leaving and ended up basically going home. Both basically ditched me and went home. And me knowing I absolutely failed this mission sucked. It sucked so much knowing how that just happened. But then I remember the night wasn't all bad because I remember I was sitting there kind of just sitting in like the front lobby area where they usually like make people wait for the restaurant. And I was just thinking over my life choices because a lot of people were filming what happened. And I remember the waitress that originally helped me out with this whole thing, she ended up walking up to me saying, hey, so like it seemed like your plan didn't work. And I told her, yeah, I know, I can see that. And she told me, well, like, you know, my shift's almost over. Do you want to just come home with me? Like, I think you're kind of cute. I look at her and I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm down, sure. So me and her ended up both getting in my car because she didn't drive, and basically I drove her home and went home with her, and me and her, we ended up doing the Devil's Tango. Knowing I gave this girl basically 140 bucks, I basically got, well, a good night and a good dinner, and on top of that, a really hot waitress at the end of it. So it wasn't all bad. But anyways, guys, that is basically it for today's story. So make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Seriously, means a lot when you guys do. And like I always say, fall for more crazy stories. All right, peace out, guys.
My name is Baba. I'm still on top of the world. Never take away your mother. Of course, let's go. Should I make it a story? Let's click record. Got that TikTok with 2 mil hit different with some more. She said she love me, she kept. Should I exit for sure? I got 100K for my life's work, so mama said bravo. All these people on my street, love y'all till the day I go.